Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're listening to Finding Yourself with Kyle Duffy. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please consider hitting like and subscribe and follow me along my YouTube and podcasting journey. Today's video is going to be a gaming review. I'm going to be discussing FIFA 22. I put off buying this game for the longest time because I just thought, what is the point in wasting money on another FIFA game I know is not going to be any different than the rest? But boredom did get the best of me, and I broke down yesterday, went into GameStop and bought FIFA 22 along with another game called Elden Ring, which I've heard great things about and probably will do a review on in the future. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I decided to fire up FIFA 22, see if it was worth my money, and just see what had changed in the game, if they had adapted anything new to it, if they've put a spin on career mode, if they've got a new journey mode, because I hadn't seen much about the game. I didn't watch any of the trailers, I hadn't seen any promos for it, because again, I just wasn't paying attention to FIFA 22 this year, because I honestly thought I wasn't going to buy it. So when I sat down to play it last night, I was going in blind. I didn't know whether there was a new journey mode, I didn't know what had been improved in the game. Obviously in FIFA they improved the gameplay in terms of the realism in tackling and the mechanics of the players on the pitch, but other than that I didn't know anything about the game. I did talk about FIFA 22 in a podcast maybe a couple of months ago, and I talked about what I wanted to be improved in the game, and I mainly focused around career mode because I don't play online anymore on FIFA. I just don't have the time for it, I don't have the energy, I don't find it that entertaining anymore. I just like going in, turning my mind off for a couple hours and playing career mode. And I wanted to see them improve the mechanics of career mode, the realism around it. I wanted a more realistic game, basically. I wanted to see journey mode almost amalgamated and blended in with career mode, because for the longest time I just felt career mode had gotten sloppy, it was repetitive, it was formulaic, it was boring at times, and I wanted to see elements of realism in career mode. Similar to the realism in Football Manager, I kind of wanted that realism in career mode in FIFA, and I never felt that. Sure, career mode is entertaining, and in the past I loved playing the game and I loved playing career mode, but in recent years, I think over the past maybe 5 or 6 years, I've just found the career mode in FIFA so boring. It's so formulaic to the point where it just saps all the energy out of you. I remember one night playing FIFA for maybe 2 hours, and when I got up out of the chair, I literally felt exhausted. And it's because it just sucks the joy out of you. It honestly sucks the joy out of you. I don't know if you've experienced this playing FIFA. Let me know in the comments where you felt that career mode has been lacking the past few years. If you're still entertained with the game, all power to you. But I've just felt so underwhelmed with FIFA the last few years. And it sucks because it's obvious that EA have put more effort into their online modes than career mode in the last few years. They've kind of prioritized that over career mode. And for a player who doesn't play online and doesn't want to play online, I want to see career mode fixed. I want to see a more entertaining game, and I want to be able to go into GameStop and be excited about buying FIFA. I bought it begrudgingly this time, and it probably will be like that for the next few years, because EA have gone down this route of just not caring about what they're putting out as a product. And I believe that this attitude comes from the fact that they know that they're beating out Pro Evolution Football each time. They know that their game is better than Pro Evolution, so they don't need to improve because they're beating out their competition as they are right now. But just because people are buying FIFA doesn't mean that they're happy with what's in the game. Take me for instance, I haven't been happy with FIFA for years now, and I have tried playing Pro Evolution Football. I just can't get into it because it's nowhere near as good graphics wise, realism wise. But just because FIFA is the better game doesn't mean it's a good game. I think the standards have been slipping for years, and to an extent I understand why they're prioritizing online play, because that's the majority of their traffic. That's why people buy FIFA now, is to play online against their friends and against people from all across the world. But even when I played online on FIFA the past few years, it's boring. It's not worth spending money on fake players and buying coins to buy fake players. It's boring. So why aren't you improving your game all around? Whether or not EA decide to listen to fans of the game and players and address the problems with their game, or even whether they actually see any problems with their game, because I doubt they do, because they're looking at sales, they're looking at numbers and seeing how many copies of FIFA 22 is selling. And if we keep on buying the game, it's very obvious they're not going to improve the game in the areas fans want it improved. Because as I mentioned, they're just going to be looking at sales numbers. They're going to see that fans of the game and players are buying the game no matter what. Even if they're putting out videos complaining about it, they bought the game. Take this video for instance. I'm complaining about it, but I bought it because I broke down and I was bored. So technically I'm part of the problem. Even though I don't like the game and I don't agree with what's going into it and I find it boring, I'm still buying it, so I'm adding to the problem. And I'm not saying we need to boycott FIFA or boycott EA altogether. FIFA can be an entertaining game at times. I just feel that there are areas of the game that need to be improved upon, need to be looked at a bit more closely, so that the game is entertaining for everyone who plays it. Because not everyone goes and buys FIFA for the sole purpose of playing it online. And like I mentioned, it makes sense to improve your game in all areas so that everyone who sits down to play FIFA feels like there's something for them in the game and they don't feel like it's a waste of time buying it. Even though I've only played a couple of hours of FIFA 22, I am optimistic that I will be entertained with career mode. I started a career mode last night, a player career mode. I'm playing with Sunderland FC, and it does have that similar feel to past career modes, although they do seem to have amalgamated certain elements of journey mode into it. For instance, like other FIFA games, this one has an intro and a match that you play to start it off. And in the intro, you get to create a player that is playing for PSG, and there's cutscenes with all different kind of big stars like David Beckham, Thierry Henry, LeBron James. All those big stars are there, but it's not a journey mode. It's so that you can create a player that you can import into player career mode. And even though I've only played a couple of games, it does seem that they've implemented certain elements from past journey modes in this year's career modes, including manager career mode and player career mode. I've only played player career mode so far, but I'm assuming it's been adapted to manager career mode as well. And I am optimistic about that because maybe there are a few cutscenes where you get to address certain milestones as a player in the game and as a manager. And that's what I want. I want a realistic feel to career mode. And more than anything, I want to feel like when I'm playing it, what I'm doing matters. What I'm playing matters. Because, like I said, there's been times I've been playing career mode or FIFA and I just feel like, why am I playing this? I'm not enjoying it. I don't feel invested in it. It doesn't feel important to me. And I know most people switch their brains off to play games, but there's no point in playing a game if you don't feel invested in it, if you're not enjoying it. And I want that enjoyment back, so hopefully I get it with this year's career mode. I will make sure to do a second update and review around the game when I've played more of it and let you know whether I'm invested in career mode, whether it's exactly what I wanted to see in FIFA 22 or whether I've been let down again. Hopefully with FIFA 22 it won't be same game, different name. I'm going to stay cautiously optimistic with this one, but again I'll find out sooner or later. Again, I'll do a second update and review around FIFA 22 when I've played more of the game. And I also want to do a review around the game I bought yesterday as well, Elden Ring. Let me know in the comments if you played either of these games, FIFA 22 or Elden Ring. I'm really excited to play Elden Ring. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I said I might as well just buy it and give it a go. Like I mentioned, there'll be more detailed reviews around Elden Ring and FIFA 22 once I get more into the games. This is where I'm going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are on both of these games in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting the like button and checking out my YouTube channel, Finding Yourself with Kyle Duffy, where I have more in-depth reviews like these around movie, TV and gaming. Please consider hitting subscribe and follow me along my YouTube and podcasting journey. I also have a podcast, Finding Yourself, which you can check out up on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify and Anchor FM. This has been Finding Yourself with Kyle Duffy. Thanks for listening.